Hi, I'm Pizza Babble, and you're watching Three Lawyers Eating Sandwiches.
And pizza.
And pizza.
Okay, we are back. Season 2, episode 17?
18
it is.
Back, Andrew Taylor, Pizza Babble.
We don't
Second
have many.
appearance.
Get him that mic, will you? Get him on mic. And don't spill his drink.
If it spills, it spills. I can't take responsibility for everything.
I'll put it right over here.
But we're excited. What do we got today?
Yeah, we have a few things. Number one, we have Anthonino's, which I think I saw somewhere was voted like one of the best pizza in Missouri or something like that.
Yelp. But Yelp is tough because I think Yelp goes by some kind of calculation of like how many reviews, how much is positive, and how many it says pizza.
Yeah, it's not necessarily accurate, but it's certainly, if I own a pizza place, I'd rather be named the best than not be named the best. It means something. Speaking of the best, it went to the second best ramen place in the United States, according to Yelp. The other night. Have you been to Menya Rui?
Where's that?
It sounds familiar.
Oh, it is so
that in
good.
Town here?
I've been there a few times.
We have the second best ramen place in the country?
According to Yelp.
Is that the place where there's always a line out the door?
Always a line outside.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
a pho guy.
I think I've only had...
This is just ramen. It's a very small menu.
I've only had it once.
Ramen?
Ramen. Yeah, I just...
I love ramen.
Oh, I grew up on those little
What's the difference in ramen and
ramens.
chicken noodle soup?
What's the difference between pizza and a hamburger?
No, but isn't it similar? Isn't there a chicken broth?
Well, I mean, there's a broth and there's noodles.
And there's noodles, yeah.
They're both soups.
Different noodles. Yeah, they are soups.
Different
That's
noodles,
where they
different
live.
But
broths,
isn't the broth? Isn't the chicken
I think
broth?
how they...
chicken
Yeah,
broth?
but I don't...
No,
I
it's
think how they
generally
cultivate the broth is
either
different.
a pork or a miso.
Yeah.
What is miso? Is that
It's
a
mushroom.
soybean, isn't it?
It's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom, isn't it?
I thought it's a soybean.
Or soybean?
Soybean. Man,
I
if
think
we
it's
only
a
had the
soy
Google.
base.
I know they have mushrooms in miso soup.
Isn't everything in Asia soy-based?
Pretty much.
I mean,
Pretty much. That's why we got killed. When China's not buying our soybeans anymore, that's why we got killed.
Well, we didn't get killed, but
That's where pasta came from.
part of our
I
country got killed.
collectively. Listen.
And they'll get bailed out too. I have a very good friend that's going to lose his business most likely for the same exact reason. And it's
We're not getting political.
No. Listen, it's not political. These are just the problems that we're
Let's get a little
facing.
political. I was surprised. I just spit on you. Sorry.
Oh no. I didn't. Shit. All right.
When I saw Katie Porter, these videos, I was shocked because I have always found her
very
to be
reasonable.
someone. Well, but she is so good at really kind of
Maintaining self-control.
Yeah, being in control and really like making really valid points and discrediting someone while coming across as being very likable. And I think we found out last week that she is not quite as likable at all times.
I think that she's owned it pretty well.
First of all, why don't we tell our viewing audience what we're talking about? Because I wasn't aware of this.
Okay, well, Katie
happened?
Porter, I think most people would be familiar with her. She's a politician, an
She's the
elected
one
official.
She'd hold up charts.
Yeah, she'd hold up charts, and you'd see her on the Senate floor or the House floor, whatever. I don't know. She's a House member.
I think.
Yeah, she ran
and she was very good. And she would almost cross-examine whoever was on there and do it very methodically. Well, this past week, some footage leaked, behind-the-scenes footage, that showed her yelling pretty harshly at staff and very, very aggressive. And these things happen. Cameras are rolling when you're on a set.
There was something where she poured like a vat of hot chili on her husband's head or ex-husband's head. There was something weird like that.
Here's the thing. I don't think it hurts her. I think she's handled it pretty well. I think that all of these people should take the approach of saying, you know what, we're people, and this is what people do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I am with you. You see it. 98% of the time, I'm pretty mild-mannered. If I get triggered, I'm like everybody else.
Yeah, I don't know about 98.
Well, 90%.
Yeah.
But when I get triggered,
you're a number.
Here's the good news with me, though. When I get triggered, I'm not going to punch you in the face. I'm not a violent person. I'll eviscerate you with my words if I can. But if I can't, then, I just lose the battle and go on with my life.
She didn't physically do
anything. No. She just demeaned people with her words.
And the problem with it is when everything you do is recorded, it's not fair. I mean, imagine if I can't imagine if in the 50s and before George Washington, let's say everything he had was caught on camera. I'm guessing there were some bad moments. It's an unfair standard.
Exactly. We can't be judged for our worst moments any more than we should be judged for our best moments. We're just somewhere in the middle.
Pizza Babble. Can I call you PB for short?
That's fine.
Here's something that drives me insane about pizza places. Everywhere, really, but since we're in St. Louis, I'll say St. Louis. It is inexcusable that every single pizza place does not have some gluten-free crusts in the freezer. They are frozen, have them in the freezer. So they're losing business because what happens inevitably, like with our family, my wife's the only one that's gluten-free. There are times when we just can't go places because I know that there's nothing for her. Just have one in the freezer. It doesn't even have to be good.
Yeah.
That's true. You just have to offer it.
Yeah,
so the big
crazy.
thing is, I need to do a list of like the best gluten-free in St. Louis. I think it was Mellow Mushroom when I went, they're like, hey, we want to shoot a video and show you how we do our gluten. And they meticulously, like, everything is to the side. We have our own little cart with all the toppings, with the sauce and the crust. And when we put it on the oven rack, nothing else is on that oven rack.
Yeah, and listen, that's somebody who wants it to actually be gluten-free.
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of people who do not have celiac who it's more of a preference. And if you can't uphold the standard of it actually being gluten-free, you can say there's cross-contamination. I think that alone would be great because it's maybe unrealistic for people to have enough space in their oven to dedicate. But just have a crust and throw it in the freezer. It costs you virtually nothing. They charge extra for it anyway. It's crazy to me. Or a burger place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Now, let me say this. We're doing Anthonino's Tavern. Wow. And as he mentioned, on Yelp or wherever it was, they said they had the best pizza in St. Louis. For those who don't know, Anthonino's is kind of a cross between Italian food and Greek food. So this pizza that we're seeing here, and do we have any plates there?
Plates.
We do. Here you go.
Okay,
he's got all the plates.
Here's a couple of plates for us.
No, I can't wait to take a bite, so I'm going to go.
Well, go for it.
I'll hold it. You grab.
Could I get a plate too? I think I'm in this corner, and you guys just.
We forgot Terry's here.
Yeah, I just want to.
We need some more plates. This is great.
I'm not an animal.
And I think, why don't you grab one? They're getting you a plate.
Just hold it. She's grabbing you a plate.
Your plate.
Oh, and now you're getting a fancy plate here.
Plate shall be your hands. Just take it.
Just jump on.
It's one of those fancy salad plates.
There you go. Look at that. That's a plate.
I think this is sort of what they're famous for in terms of pizza,
this
right?
pizza here looks like it's got gyro meat and sliced tomatoes on it.
That's a real.
Yeah, this is, I think, probably their most famous pizza.
That's great.
Oh, gyro meat makes a really good pizza topping because it's such a flavorful meat. I don't like places that just do ground beef. If you're going to do ground beef, you got to make it a meatball.
And it reminds me of, obviously, different flavor. In New York, when they put sausage on a pizza, they'll slice it. It looks like that. Yeah. Which is a way better way to slice sausage
you're the
for
expert.
pizza.
You're Pizza Babble. I've noticed a huge uptick lately, too, in your social media presence. Have you made a big change?
Yes. So I've been doing it for about 2 years. The first year was just pizza, because I wanted to hit that 100 pizza place mark. When I started, I was like, I could do 50. But then when I hit 50, I'm like, I think I can do 100.
Huh.
And then once I hit 100, I'm like, all right, next year, I'm going to start doing more than just pizza. I'm still going to do pizza.
Yeah.
But there's so many different restaurants. I think the big thing was, I don't remember the barbecue place, but they had reached out to me and they're like, hey, I know you just do pizza, but we love how you do your videos. You don't feel like you're like reading off a script or something. It's just you. So I'm like, all right, I need to start doing more than just pizza. And I did barbecue, wings, sandwich place, things that I just know I like.
Do you feel like you're doing the Lord's work?
I'm trying.
Is anybody doing burgers? Is there Burger Babble?
I don't think. I'm sure there is somebody,
but no one big.
No one big yet.
I feel like you could be Burger Babble as well.
That's why people are like, oh, your name's Pizza Babble, but you do this and that. I'm like, listen, I've covered as of right now 127 pizza places in St. Louis.
That's a lot.
I earned the name Pizza Babble.
Yeah, well, maybe put on the Burger Babble hat.
You're talking to three lawyers eating sandwiches. We're eating pizza. Yeah. We understand. You got to expand a little bit.
I think pizza has a lot. I mean, It is in some ways an open-faced sandwich. Very close. Talk to me about the new Fordo's pizza.
That just opened?
Yeah, because I hear that it's different. Because I will say this. I think that the Fordo's at the Foundry has to be in the conversation for the best pizza in St. Louis.
So theirs is at the Foundry. It's a little bit smaller.
Yeah, it's like
And
kind
it's
of
like-
Neapolitan style.
It's like straight Neapolitan style.
Yeah, and it's very good.
Yes. The one at the brewery is more New York style.
Okay.
Big slices,
Oh,
very thin, kind of floppy. I was there when they somewhat opened, and they invited a whole bunch of different people. And everyone's, you got the foodies, they got their camera with their lights around them.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and you just got a bib.
I filmed all my stuff the first 5 minutes. I got the shots of the pizza. I watched them make the pizzas, and I got a little shots of me holding it. And I'm like, all right, I'm eating it.
Is that Gerard Kraft?
Yes.
Okay. What's weird is, and you don't see this much with a food like pizza, that you would open one style and then the next restaurant is a totally different style of pizza.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. But he's such a,
Well,
a great...
speak about that a little bit for the audience who may not know the difference between New York style and Neapolitan. What are the benchmarks between the two?
So Neapolitan, it's very light, delicate. It's usually cooked in a wood fire oven, very high temperature.
Little char on the crust.
Little char on the crust. It's very...
Are they individual pizzas normally, or little,
Yeah.
kind of weird shape, not necessarily a perfect circle?
Usually just a circle and kind of very artistically made pizza. You don't have to... I would say a Neapolitan is usually less than 3 toppings because you put too many. It's because it's very delicate.
not going to work. Yeah,
it's not going to work. New York, on the other hand, I mean that's
the classic hand
That's a
toss.
classic
That's
hand
what
toss.
everything else is kind of based on.
yeah.
And
New York pizza, I don't try to put too many toppings on it too.
No. I grew
thin
up
and
in New
floppy.
York, and honestly, toppings on a pizza were for rich folk.
This looks good.
To me, it was always cheese pizza. That was pizza.
Yeah.
But
I'll order for you.
oh, thank you.
Have you been to New Haven, Connecticut?
Nope. So far for pizza, I have been to Kansas City, in Indianapolis.
I would. I've never been to New Haven, but I'm at some point I've got to make it there to try a New Haven pizza, because that's like apparently
offer you the
always ranked the
opportunity?
best pizza in the country.
yes.
Like Sally's a pizza, or is it a pizza?
I've had Sally's frozen pizza.
Yeah.
New Haven, Connecticut.
Have you been to New York
Mystic
City?
Pizza because of the
You've
movie.
never been to New York City?
never had it.
People think like, oh, you're going here. I'm like, no, not yet.
Well, let me say this. I would make the argument you've never actually eaten pizza.
Oh, I don't
heard
think
that.
that's good for his credibility. But let me say this: this is cupped pepperoni.
This is cupping pepperoni. yeah.
And do they add a little hot honey on this? Because
I
that's
can
my
smell
new
it.
favorite
I
thing
can-
is cupped pepperoni with hot honey. It's
hard to tell, but I can
O&O.
kinda smell it.
And I know you went to O&O. I think O&O's cupped pepperoni with the hot honey is the best slice of pizza in St. Louis. Hot take.
I went there and I just got a cheese pizza, and it was so good.
Yeah, we've got to get you to New York, and we've got to get you. I mean, while you're there, you might as well dip over to New Haven.
So I am going to be traveling a little bit. I'm going to Vegas next year because
Okay.
there's an international pizza expo,
Oh, wow.
and it's
That sounds
every
awesome.
major pizza company is going to be there around the world, and they have it in Las Vegas every year. I've had a couple different pizza places. I think Pizzeria de Gloria, they go.
I love that place.
Pizza World, the chain Pizza World, he goes. So a couple different like local places. And
Did you offer up an opinion yet on Pizzeria de Gloria? Did we talk about that your
it's
last
great.
time on?
I haven't. What's funny is I haven't actually been inside. I've had it numerous times because they do their like pizza
Mobile.
truck, little mobile.
Yeah.
I will be going there soon. I've talked to the owner, and he's like, "Yeah, you got to come in, man."
We had dinner there a
He's
few
a nice
weeks
guy.
ago.
Yeah.
I thought it was outstanding.
Yeah, it's
and we
great.
had an attorney dinner there. It was very good. But when I went back with just that we were going to a concert after, I don't know what it was. I thought every single thing I ate there was outstanding.
And they have some strange pizza combinations. You're like, this isn't going to work, and you're like, okay, this works.
Do you make your own pizza ever? Do you have one of those backyard pizza ovens?
I've got like a little pellet oven. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
Because I know it's going to be a pain to do it.
Yeah.
But as long as your regular oven can get up to at least 500, you can make decent pizza at your house.
Decent, yeah.
And I've got It's a company called Poco Barra. They make New York dough, and they reached out to me like 2 months ago. Hey, we want to send you some dough balls. Make some videos out of it. Like, great. It's like half of my freezer right now because it's like 25 dough balls.
Oh God!
So my wife is like, "You better start making some pizzas."
Oh yeah, bring some here.
I've made some pizzas. I made some crazy bread because that's what crazy bread is. You just take the dough and stretch it out, and I made some breadsticks out of it. So I still got plenty in there.
I make a lot of garlic knots for my kids when I make pizza. We will just buy it at Whole Foods, and it's decent crust. But I've always wanted to try one of those places that really just specializes in crust and sends it. I have a friend who put in like a real deal, like wood burning pizza oven in his backyard, like imported from Italy or something. I'd love to get over there and really try one of those good crusts, because that's half the battle.
Yeah, I've wanted to get. I'm trying to remember the company. They're really good with the pizza ovens. I'm trying to remember the name. They're like number one with pizza ovens.
It's with a B.
Is it Bertoli?
That's it. Bertoli. Is that the one you're thinking of?
I think Bertoli and another company. But everyone's like, what? They haven't reached out to you? It's like, oh, hey, do you want to try one of our pizza ovens? I'm like, well, most of my videos it's going to pizza places, not actually making pizza.
But if you're getting credibility in the pizza space, they'd be interested in.
Have you ever worked at a pizza place?
No, sort of. I've made pizzas. So one of my first jobs was St. Louis Bread Company. And if you can remember, well over 10 years ago, they used to have little pizzas. Uh-huh. They were like freshly made. They weren't the cheapest, but they were good. And I used to make those. So it was like fresh dough. The ovens were great. And then after a while, they just got rid of them. But that's
it's probably a pain. Do you have any like fantasy of opening a pizza place?
No.
None.
After talking to so many pizza shop owners, I'm like, I don't want to do that.
No, I think that's smart.
Now, speaking about in the area, Katie's Pizza and Pasta, they've really exploded.
Yes.
I mean, she has worked out some deals. It's really one of the most exciting local businesses in terms of getting on the national scale. Yeah. And now they're going to be sold in the frozen food section at major national chains.
She's a pretty incredible.
She really is.
Person.
And let me tell you where I really think that stories like this need to get out there. I personally, and again, I've only met her a couple times. We did a couple of segments there with Great Day. We really should, because what she did was she took advantage of the pandemic in a way that other businesses saw it as a problem. They seemed to get that it was an opportunity. And they first of all, they handled curbside better than any other restaurant did during the pandemic. They were amazing. But I do think that she pivoted to, if people aren't going to be able to come here, how am I going to replace those revenue streams? And she built out the product.
She was like, okay, what does the new world need?
Right.
I'm going to do it. And she did it quickly enough that.
And she did it and then didn't abandon it once the pandemic goes over. It was also like, you know what? If we're pre-making these things and we're going to have frozen pizzas, let's make more of them. Let's sell more of them. Let's leave St. Louis. Let's see how far we can take it. And now it's huge. So I assume you've been to Katie's Pizza and Pasta.
Yes.
How do you feel about them?
I love them.
Yeah.
And also, it's not just their pizza. She has her frozen pasta as well.
Yes.
I think it's frozen. I don't remember.
It's kind of fresh. It's refrigerated. I don't know if it's frozen or not.
But I think maybe they ship it frozen. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but that's my son's favorite pasta. If he could pick one, they have a particular noodle that they have there. It's that I don't remember what they call it, but that's his favorite. For the longest time, he would make us go and pick up the noodles from there.
If they are selecting the restaurant, it is Katie's 100% of the time. Yeah. They love it.
Now, to give some love, and appropriately so, to Anthonino's, who we got this food
Which
from.
apparently Tara loves, because he hasn't said a word.
No.
And he's joining the Clean Plate Club today.
I ate both of my pieces end to end, including the crust.
You never really loved pizza, although you ate more of it today than...
Well, I do, but I'm not... It's not my favorite.
Yeah, but we're at Anthonino's a lot.
Frozen
in full
pizzas.
Disclosure, this is not mysterious to us, which is probably why you don't hear us talking about it much. Like, we have their T-Ravs. Their T-Ravs are considered best in St. Louis. They were diners, drive-ins, and dives, showing how they do theirs. To me, that's kind of a classic T-Rav.
Anthonino's is one of those places where the people who go there know, but I don't feel like they have a widespread reputation. A lot of people don't know of it, but
they're very busy, and I understand. Aren't they expanding?
Are they expanding?
Let me say this.
Doesn't surprise me. They're always busy when I go.
It is maybe one of the most, I don't know what the word is. I'll call it underrated restaurants in St. Louis.
Talked about.
Yeah, maybe under talked about, because not underrated amongst anyone who knows about it understands. But I just don't think a lot of people know, and it's unnecessary because they are packed at all times, so they don't need everyone to know. But it is a really great place. Talk to me about your favorite frozen pizzas. There's one that I want to ask you about, and I think they sell it at Straub's. It's like, it's a big rectangle.
Yeah.
I'll get the kind. But are you a frozen pizza person?
Oh, yes.
And what are your favorites?
So locally, my favorite is Dogtown.
Okay.
That's my number one favorite.
That's the one that I went to high school with. Meredith.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it?
And I'm drawing a blank on her maiden name. It's her and her husband started it, right?
I've heard of Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a pizza apparently.
Yeah, she's done great. She was very nice. Yeah, we went to high school together. Why can't I think of her maiden name?
Did pizza start in Italy?
It did. It started in Naples.
But there's no place there's no like world's home or what pizza lovers. I always hear about go to New York. I never hear anybody saying, "Oh, when I'm in Naples, I gotta."
No, when you're in that world, no, Naples is where it started, and then it came to New York. But honestly, and I think we may have mentioned this the first time,
right?
That's
from
Naples. That's why, hence the Neapolitan. But the may have mentioned it the first time we were on here, but most pizza in this country. If you go to the 1960s, nobody in this country outside of New York knew anything about pizza. The first in-house chain was Pizza Hut out of Wichita, Kansas, and the first massively delivered pizza was Domino's out of Michigan.
I've worked at both places.
Yeah, in Michigan. And they really evolved at the same time. But for most people, their very first pizza eating experience was going to be one of those two places.
So there's no Italian. Like I went in Rome to a place that was billed as the world's greatest pizza. And, it was okay.
I've been to New York where every Ray's says they're the greatest pizza. I mean, people label
I haven't
themselves.
noticed that.
Famous Ray's, great Ray's, original
there were
Ray's.
All these, and they were unrelated. There was the famous Ray's, famous original Ray's, and I think that's faded a little bit. Yeah. But in the 90s, there were a million of them.
What was the movie with Will Ferrell, The Elf, where he sees a sign, it's like world's best coffee. And it's just like a little convenience store. And he gets the coffee. He's like, "Oh my God, have you tried this? It's the world's best coffee." It's just like crappy coffee.
Let's add that to our sign.
We're switching gears here.
Unfortunately, we're like the one profession that can't do it. What is this one? This one looks just like the last one.
This is their thin crust.
I saw a TikTok this weekend. And this guy, the premise was, super easy tavern style pizza at home. Couldn't be easier. And it's like 18 steps with the dough. You got to make it, and then you got to put it in the refrigerator for 2 days, and then you got to roll it out, and then you got to put it back in the refrigerator for 24 hours. It is the least. It was like you making an
ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, but I never said it was easy. I just said it was good.
I take my dough.
That's true. You did not. That's to your defense. You never claimed it easy.
Let's see.
It's just a 4-day process.
Yeah. So their thin crust is somewhat new. Not even a month, I would say.
Really?
I remember them telling me like 2 months ago, "Hey, don't tell anybody, but we're going to have some Taverna, Taverna style."
There you go.
Gallagher Brothers is the frozen pizza I was looking for. That's
square. Hard to find.
They have it at Straub's. I never had it. I bought it for I have a friend who's very strange with frozen pizza. My friend Joe, if you hang out with him, he will just keep making them. If you spend an evening hanging out, I'll be at Josh's house with him, and he'll eat 3-4 frozen pizzas.
Joe who?
Sartorius. He'll just keep eating frozen pizzas. I've never met anyone who loves frozen pizza like him. Really just loves it. So I got one for him and never heard a review, but I saw somewhere that people were saying this was the best frozen pizza you could get. It reminds me of what are the North County pizza places? Like
Peroni's and Ferracci's.
Yeah. They have some frozen.
Yeah, Peroni's, you can get a frozen pizza from there.
You guys sure know a lot about pizza.
Yeah, well,
I know nothing about pizza. I know there's pizza.
I saw him in his office before the podcast, glasses on, book open, and he was prepping. He was studying for this podcast.
What book were you looking?
It was pizza. It's
the Pizza
its
Bible.
origins and its modern
I
trends.
love pizza. And you know, I've been in the industry.
Now, I'll be honest. Like, when it comes to frozen pizzas, yeah, Dogtown's my favorite local one.
Yeah.
But give me a Totino's frozen pizza, that party pizza.
Now, what
I don't care
about?
what people say.
Have you ever
That
taken a
hits.
Jack's and done it on the grill?
Yes.
Now, because that seems to be. I remember Tim Heilwagner introduced us, and he said that the Jack's was the only one that really worked great on the grill. You just,
And they push that.
they do. I think it's
Yes.
a great angle. You
They
take,
even have,
you know,
I think on the back, they even have like directions. Like,
yeah,
for
you got in the summer, your grill's going. You throw the thing right on there. You close it. It crisps it up nicely. Have you used any of those Blackstones?
I've
We've
never
done
used
some-
one. No.
We've done some pizzas on Blackstone that were fabulous. You get a great char on the bottom of the crust.
I smoked a pizza once. I
was
smoked a
Like in a
Totino's.
pint?
Did you
No,
hear?
no. I have a little Ninja wood fire grill, and you could smoke it, but it's kind of small. So I'm like, I got to get like a small pizza. So I'm like, oh, Totino's pizza, that'll work. And I smoked a Totino's pizza on there.
How do we feel about the Ninja brand of appliances? They seem to come out. I can't tell
There's a million
if it's a
different
good
things.
quality brand or if they've now kind of become a novelty brand
think
doing a
it's-
bunch of schlocky stuff.
I think it's reasonably good quality. I don't think it's the highest quality, but I think it's reasonably.
I've been tempted that
Good.
one where you put bananas in there and it turns it into some kind of a soft serve.
I think I may have one you can borrow.
Does it work?
It's not a Ninja. Yes, it absolutely does. The problem with it is, it's at first you're like, oh, this is great, but there's something about like the tackiness and the I don't know, the consistency of banana ice cream that it's not something you want to eat all day every day. But you add like flavor to it, cherry, something. It's pretty good. But it's just frozen
I'm
bananas.
just shocked that I have not done it yet because that seems like just the kind of gadget I would waste some of my time on, and
Yeah.
I would perfect some kind
Oh,
of
you should-
banana custardy
you'd
type of
enjoy it.
dessert.
It's good.
Bring it in. I'll try
it's
it. If
just
you're not
bananas.
using it, I'll try it.
Now, remember,
If I like it, I'll make you an offer.
if you have a problem with constipation, and I don't need you to admit it here or not,
I
you want
don't,
to be careful
but
of
thank
your
you.
banana intake.
No, I know. Of course, everyone knows.
Fair,
That said, if you have a problem with your potassium, you want to,
That's right.
you want to hit the
Hold on,
bananas.
Terry.
High potassium.
That's good.
I don't know.
You don't want it to be too high.
Right.
But if you're, you don't want to be low. I think low potassium is way more troublesome than being higher.
Is Totino's the pizza of your youth?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, that's why.
So, I mean, you guys know my dad, Tom Taylor,
Good guy.
the good guy.
Yeah, very good guy.
I grew up, it was him being like a single dad every once in a while. We would go to his apartment, and it would be, we're having a Totino's pizza for dinner, or we're having chicken nuggets or pizza rolls with crinkle cut fries or potato chips.
Oh, those were Totino's pizza rolls too, right?
Totino's pizza rolls, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
That was a single dad.
They actually merged with Gino's. They used to be competitors, and then Totino's won the battle. But when
I
we were
remember
young,
those.
you remember
Yeah,
Gino's pizza rolls? They didn't go away. They got absorbed.
I think the pizza of my youth was either Tombstone. Well, it was both Tombstone and I don't know if they still make it. Mama Lucia's, maybe.
they
That's
have
still
them,
around,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
You know what's worth pointing out here is that you have the two pizza experts in Pizza Babble, and Andy, I think, has shown a pretty good amount of expertise here. And then you have Terry and I in the middle. And all I know is if you look at both of their plates, there's literally just a stack of pizza still there. And if you look at our plates, there's nothing, not a crumb.
That's like the difference between
Taking my time. This is a
a
marathon.
drunk and a wine connoisseur. You know?
Well, listen, we never claimed ourselves to be experts in pizza, but what I can tell you is we're good eaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember last time what happened?
What happened? Oh,
Within the
Ed?
first 30 minutes,
Was
you
that
had
Ed?
all
Yeah.
the pizza. And
I
you were
did.
just
I was
pure-
napping on his leg. That hit me real hard. And I mean, it could have happened to me again today, but because I have not eaten at all today until this. I knew we were doing pizza. And I was conscious of that when I sat down. I knew the last time I had gone too hard, too fast. But I repeated it, and I'm still feeling pretty good. Maybe I'm better conditioned. I've been following two professional eaters on TikTok.
Who?
I don't know their names, but they come up now on my feed all the time. Have you ever watched any
Wait a
of
minute.
these?
See, if it's not Joey Chestnut or
No.
what's the other guy's Takashi?
Yeah, Joey Chestnut is great if you're in a tournament.
Kobayashi.
But what both of these people do, one's a guy, one's a gal.
Okay.
They seek out restaurants that do these massive food challenges where if you could eat this entire thing in
Like
a
the
half
man
hour.
versus food thing.
Yeah. And I follow these two people, and let me just say, I am shocked at what the human body can handle. I don't even understand it scientifically. It goes beyond my knowledge base of how the human body even works because I don't understand how the stomach could take in.
It's remarkable.
Is there a rule that you have to hold it down?
Yes.
For how long?
No, just until you're done.
I'm good. I got enough pizza on me right now.
that's
Don't you,
good.
don't you
What?
think they must all throw it, a lot of it up?
Afterward, I
lucky.
would. I don't know how you couldn't.
I mean,
So much.
Yeah, I can't do any kind of.
I mean, I watched one where the person
You know,
had
I'm
to
gonna
consume
pass
10
on that.
pounds of
Yeah,
food.
I'd be-
How do you take in 10 pounds of food?
I know.
Well, they must throw it up immediately.
Do you?
It's just unbelievable.
Where
But you
is,
never see them.
Which
throwing
one's
it
this?
up.
This is like a chicken.
It's garlic and
Oh,
ricotta.
this is the garlic, I think they call it.
It's garlicky.
All right. Well, you know
What,
what?
what do you think? Is Dave Portnoy like a god to you, or what are your feelings on Dave Portnoy?
It's like a double-edged sword. I know he could be,
Just his
Is
pizza.
the pizza his main shtick to get him famous?
That it is.
No.
What?
No, he was famous before he did those.
Because of Barstool?
It's just
yeah. Oh, yeah. Very,
But not-
very famous and very rich before he did the pizza.
What? And I don't understand. What did he do? He started a.
Like a network
Radio,
of podcasts.
Yeah, Barstool
but-
Sports became huge.
But I'm saying, is that where his fame and
Yes.
fortune
Yeah.
is a podcast?
I think Barstool enabled him to become the pizza reviewer he is.
Yeah.
Well, gee, come on, let's up our game.
And you know the story?
get out-
I'm doing my part. I'm eating everything in front of me.
We could become rich.
Do you know what
with-
happened with Barstool? So,
Oh, it made a lot of money.
well, no, more than you think. So at some point, I don't know, 5 years ago,
we sold out or something.
well, he sold it for like $500 million to, some company. I don't remember who. And then what happened was, I think Disney maybe, or somebody wanted to buy the company that had bought Barstool. And because of the Barstool reputation and because they had like an online gambling component, the company that was going to buy the parent company of Barstool said, we're going to buy you, but we will not buy you if you still own Barstool. We do not want that. You got to get rid of it before we will let this transaction go through. So they go back to Dave Portnoy and they say,
sell it back to
we
them.
will sell it back to you
got
for
it at a
$1.
discount.
Because it happened like in a weekend. Like it was something that happened urgently. And so they sold it back to him for $1.
Guys, you think people remember that we're not just guys eating sandwiches, but we're actually a law firm that handles injury cases?
You think the podcast has gotten so big, they forgot about our roots.
Have they forgotten about this man, 45 years on the television, telling people that we don't get paid unless you get paid? Do you think they know that?
Tell them.
We don't get paid if you don't get paid.
There you go. You've been hurt? Call us. Now back to the podcast.
And in exchange, I think the only thing was he couldn't do any online gambling. And I think if he ever sells it, they split the profits 50-50 for some period of time. So sold it for $500 million, bought it back for $1. I mean, he is just the luckiest guy.
You know what? This is something I don't understand. How these billionaires are, let's say, hugely rich, maybe not quite $1 billion. I don't understand why they're so motivated to make more money.
I think it's
Yeah, I think
because
it's
he even said once you have a certain amount of money, it's easier to make more money.
There's no question.
Because he talked about
there's a lot of
hey, I need to make $1 million in 5 days. He's like, I can do that.
Exactly. No, but I'm saying, if you had $1 billion, would you ever think a minute again about making more money? I mean, I just think, and it must be something you do, because you don't hear about him saying, I got enough, goodbye.
No, you know what I think it is? Is for the same reason,
Yeah.
People who, you remember at
I can't believe I
The
did
old-
it. 4 slices, folks.
Pieper Martin, member of the law firm, right?
Well,
I think it was Mr. Martin, was like
I
in his
remember he
90s.
used to come in all the time.
and would come to the office
Right,
every
right.
day. by all accounts, he didn't need the money.
Right.
But I think what it is that's what he did every day for most of his life. And in some ways, it was just a place to go. I don't know that it's about the need for money. I think it's just almost a hobby at that point.
I think it is, but I think it's a unfortunate. It seems like
drive for power.
it's not.
Well, do you
where do you
imagine
draw the
that
line?
it's filling a void and that there's a sadness attached to it that no matter how much they get, that void can't be filled?
No, I just think if you gave enormous wealth to most people, they would quit their jobs and never do any kind of work.
But that's
again.
relative.
I agree. Those are people that didn't have the work ethic or the talent or
Well,
the
to make $1 billion?
opportunity. Well, I mean, let me tell you, to get to $1 billion, the luck, the opportunity, the talent, and the hard work that's required to get there. I don't think most people have it or want.
I want it.
Yeah, I mean,
frankly.
if you handed them $1 billion, they would take it and never do anything
They wouldn't
again.
want to do that. No, but still, even no matter how much drive, how smart you are, I think the luck is the biggest factor there. You happen to be at the right place. You make good.
But think of it
luckier
like
decisions.
this.
Yes.
Let's say that instead of starting Brown and Crouppen,
Yes.
you had worked at General Motors.
Yes.
And when you were 70 years old, you retired, right? What would you do every day? I think to a lot of people, you don't play golf. You know what I mean? I think to some extent.
But I think normal people play golf.
No,
I mean, they
I don't-
develop activities.
Some do.
And some
get a
don't.
hobby.
And some don't.
Yeah, but to some people, it's like it's a place to go. Like it's not
no,
about making
listen,
money or even a career.
In some
It's-
ways,
I bet
that's me.
it's just what you do.
What do you
right?
think I'm doing here? Because I like to be here.
Right. That's
But
exactly
because
right.
of a-
There was pizza.
That's
Anything.
because of a poor planned retirement.
No. I think look what Dave Portnoy does. He goes around to pizza places. He goes and he podcasts. I mean, he's not working in a coal mine.
No.
I think what he's doing is just more
that's
of
a
what
good
he's
point.
always
It's
done.
not like you're seeing people put themselves.
I don't think it's about the money.
He may be a
Well,
you know what?
listen.
He's like what's his name? Otani. He's one of those rare people that can make a fortune, a large fortune, doing just what he loves to do. Most billionaires aren't like that.
And he still wants to
You know,
work.
yeah, and he's
Well, even without
he
billionaires,
enjoys-
I'm watching the baseball playoffs, and David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and Derek Jeter have been doing the commentary.
Yes.
And every time I always think that I'm like, what's in it for these guys? Like, why is Jeter? Yeah, that's the point. Is it has to be right because
yeah.
none of them need the money. They all made a ton and have a ton of business interests.
You're right.
But that desire to stay relevant, to stay in the game a little bit, to keep getting the respect that was poured
suppose.
on them throughout
I
their
suppose.
career, you kind of hang
suppose.
that up. Yeah, I
Look
think
at
that
Mark
dries
Cuban.
up.
He buys basketball teams and he's on Shark Tank. I mean, I think there are very few billionaires.
I think they're fun billionaires, and there are people like what's his name?
Warren Buffett. I mean,
I guess
think
he loves buying
that's
and selling
right.
companies.
I think they have different interests than you, but I don't think you become a billionaire and you don't love what you do because I think it is all you do.
If I was a billionaire, I would still be doing this, doing the pizza stuff.
Then
I mean,
that's a good indication that you
I'm
chose
going-
something good for yourself.
Granted, I'm going to New York in a private jet
Right.
to try the pizza.
Let me ask you this. We had this conversation recently.
Private jet.
Yeah, that he doesn't
I
get
don't
it.
like to fly. I wouldn't.
But
You'd be like John Madden. You'd have one of those built-out
Well, you
tour
know, I
buses.
took-
Let's say
I'm
you're
doing
worth-
Survivor.
I went to Chicago and I took the train.
Yeah, see?
I went to
Let's
Kansas
say you had-
City and I
took the train.
$200 million, right? You're not a billionaire, but more money than you could ever spend in a lifetime. Where a private jet, when you get to a point, I remember, I'll put it in perspective. Years ago, we were on a trip, the three of us, and Ken Nunn was in
Who
a
I just
room
talked to yesterday.
that was, and this was 15 years ago, his hotel room, I go in and it's spectacular, huge. We're in Las Vegas. Oh my God. What must this place cost? It was like $2,500 a night, right? And I'm like, that's crazy. I would never do that. But then as I think about it, I know Ken's a reasonably wealthy guy. He's been working hard for many years. And what I realized is him spending $2,500 a night compared to his net worth was far more responsible than me spending $250 a night
At the
compared to
time.
my net worth.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
And so compare that to private jet flying. You're worth money so that you spending $50,000 on a flight is more responsible than me spending $500 on a flight, right? So the money is not an
Have you
issue.
ever seen a private jet?
Do you think because now you're
just
getting
Elvis's.
into the raw dollars. Do you think if the money wasn't an object, could you really stomach spending $50,000-$60,000 to like, you're going to New York for the weekend with you or maybe a couple friends, spending $60,000 just to get there and back? Would that sit well?
No.
It could, but you'd have to be in that world and that thinking. I mean, where we are here, that just seems insane.
I would still probably
but
at least get first class.
I
on the
think I do
flights.
it no matter what I am. It's just I give it to the guys, the cab driver. I mean, to have that
Right.
much wealth,
You could change somebody's life
Right.
with your
Listen,
plane ticket.
So you
That's
could
what we
sit-
wish the world was like, but we all know that it's not. What happened?
It's something I forgot to do.
All right. Now, have we eaten all the pizzas? Because
I
where
think
did
we
those
have.
little mini cannolis come from? Those
They're over there,
Vitalis?
but I don't understand. We only got
those
4
Vitalis?
pizzas. We only got 4 pizzas, but there were like 50 pizzas.
No, there were 8, and they used the other ones for photographs. and also, we have a crew of hungry people.
Way more than 8.
Were there more than 8?
There were at least 12 pizzas.
Well, maybe we should.
all went
Jesus
nice
Christ,
save.
man!
Holy cannoli.
Thank God I got that reaction.
No,
like
you
a
know
cat
what?
after
I never
every
got.
one of
I
like
never
a
got
mini
to hear
cannoli.
what you think of Dave Portnoy
You're
and his
like a
pizza
cat.
reviews.
So
I earned this.
they're very basic.
I
People-
had 4 slices of
like
pizza.
I don't do like
I like a
it's
cannoli.
1.9
Yeah,
or
I
anything
got
like that.
These come from Vitalis.
I like
Just
what he does because he gives pizza places a good shout out.
But he doesn't say much about the. He just says he likes it and it's really good.
But the places that he gives like good reviews,
yeah.
they are busy nonstop. There was a place, I don't remember where it was. He loved the pizza, but the owner was like, "Yeah, I might have to shut down soon." And he's like, "How much would it take to keep you open?" He goes, "Pretend that there is a rich guy that loves pizza and right in front of you that can give you the money to keep going." And he's like 80,000. He goes, "It's yours." And that place is thriving right now.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice. I mean, frankly, I think that's what good human beings would do.
Yeah, I think
You know
if
what I
you're in a
mean?
position to be able to do that, yes.
With people, as you drove to the private plane or you were taking, you passed people laying in doorways sleeping on streets. I've just seen a bunch of people like that lately.
Yeah.
And it just how do you just money gushes out of you, and I'm as guilty of it. I have to say, I've done very extravagant things, and I guess I can live with my level of
I've never
extravagance.
noticed you to be selfish about your money.
No, but I'm just saying.
Nor extravagant with himself.
No. I mean, I think you could tell by how he dresses.
It's like that-
There's very little
This
extravagance.
is a Brown and Crouppen giveaway.
There are times that
We
I'll
have
go
some
to
very nice giveaways, by
a
the way.
store and like the shirt's like $30. I'm like, $30 that shirt. I don't
Think
know
of how many lives I could change if I didn't. But you're right. If you were to fly private, how many people would you encounter between your house and getting on that plane who you would change their life if you just said, you know what, I'll fly first class. I'll give you the rest
I'm
of the
guessing
money.
hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Oh,
It-
tons.
You ever see that Chris Rock thing where he's talking about going to Jamaica and he's like, oh my God, is that a baby smoking a cigarette? Oh my God, where's her foot? And then you get to a resort. Isn't Jamaica nice? You go through the worst poverty ever.
You know what would be great if they came up with a card or a device that you'd put money in and you could just, so it wouldn't be any
That's
trouble.
a credit card.
No, some kind of device where you would transfer the money immediately to some place that would really get to people like that. So you didn't have to think, oh, I wish I could. So if you made it easy to transfer that money, and then of course
Venmo.
people would
Yeah, I
steal
mean-
it, and
Yeah, I don't know.
this
I
whole
share
world
your
needs
vision
a
of the
lot
world.
work. Yeah.
You'll enjoy this. Those robocalls you get.
Oh.
And I feel like you don't get many of these anymore. This is, you used to get a lot asking you to donate money to
Oh, you know
places.
what I get now?
Now it's like,
They want to buy your house.
you get a lot
but
of
did
those.
you see that there's a new setting on the software update on the iPhones?
Oh, really?
You can, how they handle callers that are not recognized, they have it set up to where they have to say who they are and what they're calling about before they will even let it ring through to your phone
that's
at
nice.
all. It's fantastic. It's a simple setting. You don't need the
Google
new
Voice
phone.
used to do that,
You don't
or
need a
does
new
that.
phone. You just need to do the software update. Go into the phone on your apps. Go
Are
into
you
phone.
guys updating your phones?
I did. I already did.
So anyway, you'll like this. When
I
you
got the
get
smaller
the
one, but yeah.
charities,
What is this called?
That's the 17 Pro.
And there's a bigger one?
There's a Pro Max
did
that's
you
a
order
little
a new one?
larger.
No, I didn't, but I think I'm going to. My phone is wearing out.
when a charity
You should get a new one.
asks you for money on the phone, ask them what percentage of the money they're collecting goes to the charity.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
And it is really like sometimes it's like 12% or something insane.
There is a website that does that they break down all
don't-
charities and tell you how much
Yeah,
is actually going
I
on.
don't want
crazy.
to make it hard on any particular group.
I think American Red Cross is like number
But
one
have
when
you
it comes to
ever heard
100%.
1877 cars for kids? You ever heard
Yeah,
that?
that's a catchy song.
Do you know what the charity is?
Cars for Kids?
Yeah.
I thought it was diabetes, no? Or kidneys?
No, it's for the furtherance of Orthodox Jewish religion.
Really?
I'm guessing a lot of people don't know that.
They got a good jingle.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Boy,
you
don't
like
come
that?
after me.
I do have an idea for a charity because I think last time I came in, I talked about I did a little charity run for T-shirts, and I did it for what's the not St. Louis Children's Hospital, Shriners.
Oh,
Children's
that's a
Hospital.
good one.
And I thought about like, well, I want to do another one, but I want to do something different for charity, but something different. And I thought of like, can I like ask a school, like a private school, hey, I want to put money towards some kid's debt for the lunch because, oh yeah, the parents aren't paying, but it's the kid who has to pay for it. And then they have to get like a cheese sandwich or something like that for their lunches because their parents owe them money.
That'd be nice. That would be nice to do something for
Yeah.
those kids.
And I looked
It's
it up,
just-
and you can literally just call the school and like, yeah, I want to pay just for this. And they're like, okay. And it'll go right to them.
Oh wait, let me push my button.
Well, you know, you
and
can.
it's taken care of.
Have you ever gone to like? Well, they don't have Toys R Us does not exist anymore, but the Toys R Us down in Sunset Hills, they used to do layaway, and that was kind of a nice thing you could do at the holiday season. You can kind of go over, pick some stranger who had their stuff on layaway, and just pay it off.
Passing it forward.
Yeah, and they wouldn't know. You never meet them. They'd have no idea. All that would happen is they'd get a phone call saying somebody came in and paid off your layaway. Come get your toys. And I always thought that was kind of a nice thing.
There's a local charity, and I want to make sure I get. I think it's Doug Pitt, Brad Pitt's brother. Isn't his name Doug? Who's a
it is.
really nice guy. Who?
Doug Pitt.
Yeah, Doug. And I met him a few times, and
You met Doug Pitt?
yeah, we have some mutual friends.
Gee,
And
what is he
and what's first of all interesting about him is how much he looks like his brother. It's very strange.
Yeah,
but
enough to open doors for sure.
he started. Well, I think he's done very well. I think he's a smart guy.
Like any of your
Doors.
siblings?
No, maybe a little. But he started a charity along the same lines, and basically what it is, it's if it's hunger or hygiene. I can't remember the whole pitch, but he basically cut out all the red tape. So they go into a school and they partner with the school. And if they have a kid who is in need of clothing or food or hygiene, whatever it is, the school calls the charity and it is resolved by the end of the day.
Wow.
They just, no questions asked. What? This kid needs shoes? We'll have them there by the end of the day.
That's fantastic.
It's great. It's such, and it's so stupid that there aren't more things like that. Like not 6 weeks, not, fill out an application. It's, okay, your teacher called me to say you need some pants because you're wearing your mother's pants to school because you can't afford anything. We will have a new outfit for you by the end of business.
You know what's great? If you're looking
It's
for
great.
a local
No, I don't know
local
about that.
charity that does amazing
Cut his
work
mic, please.
for St. Louis, the Little Bit Foundation.
Yeah.
And I only got very familiar with them because when Brody became an Eagle Scout, he did his project in
bragging about
conjunction
the
with
Eagle
them.
Scout, rubbing it in that my kids
listen,
are.
your kids are not old
I'm
enough.
joking. They
But
won't
anyway,
be Eagle Scouts.
but the Little Bit Foundation, they serve just St. Louis kids, and it's with the basic necessities. Anything they need, shoes, underwear, socks, all of that stuff, and they're dynamite.
I just wish those organizations are great, but it's really sad that they have to exist. Like with all of the tax revenue that comes in, and I don't want to get political, but it's just sad that we don't have a system.
You know what that noise
where,
is? all the money getting sucked up to the top.
Well, and honestly,
you know what it is? It's military. It's crazy. But like for there to be hungry kids,
I'll make you one bold statement.
Kids who can't eat lunch because it's so horrible.
Let me ask you this: how would you feel? And again, I don't know which party would even favor this. This is not a political statement, but I personally feel that like the first, call it $100,000 per household, whatever the number is. I'm just using it because it's round. You don't pay any taxes on it, none, because the main reason why people have a hard time paying taxes is because they don't have their own needs met. They don't have their own life met. So there's a sense of, why am I giving this away to a stranger I've never met when I have issues right here? So you find a number like 100 where we say, this is an amount that a family of 4 can live on comfortably. And for that first 100, we're not going to ask anything of you. Then for everything above that, and that applies to everybody, no matter how rich or poor you are, just nobody pays anything on that first 100. But then you just do the math and you have to make that up with a higher rate once you go above that. Yeah. Because then, and I know some people say, but you know what, it's important for everybody to at least pay something so they feel like they're part of the system. But they are paying something because you still pay sales tax on everything that you buy. People are still contributing to the till. But in terms of income tax, it could be done mathematically. It's just math. So if we're losing the revenue here, we're going to make it up by taxing over 100,000. And I'm not saying tax the uber wealthy. And, I still believe in a graduated system where it gets more aggressive. But if you just did that, where's the downside? What am I missing?
Greed. You're missing greed. Yeah. That's the problem is greedy people don't like that. And I think there are a lot of people who are very wealthy who forget about when they were not very wealthy and just don't want to help people. The idea of helping somebody else.
Don't you feel like you could win on a platform that basically said the first $100,000 that your family makes, you pay 0 federal taxes on?
How would you make up all the tax that was lost?
Because the second you go over, once you go over 100, you just have to increase the rates to make up the money.
When you're making $10 million a year, you're paying an extra percent or something.
There are enough people making over 100 that if we only tax the portion over 100 and we taxed it a little bit more heavily, we could find that revenue and make it neutral. Yeah. But to give people, because that's the problem, is what we're seeing right now is a lot of people, you understand that for most people, when you have enough money, the whole benefit of having more than you need is the ability to share it. And I think most people are good people, and they would do that if they had more.
I disagree with that.
I just think most people haven't had the opportunity to have extra. I think if most people had extra, they would share more.
When you go back to the I remember John Candlin showed us a picture of during World War II, during the war effort, that in this building, on our floor downstairs, they were making bombs. And you think about what happened then, where basically every business was converted into doing something for the war. I remember your older brother, Irv, came home, was telling me a story. He came home from the war, and he had a job interview, and he could not buy a sport coat in St. Louis. He had to drive to Indianapolis to buy a sport coat just because everything had been converted to war stuff and things didn't exist. And I think back then, you're right. I think most people were good people. I think that today, and I hate to say it, but I think there has been an amorality that has crept into this country and maybe others as well. I don't know, where I don't know that everybody, many of them are good people. I think a lot are, obviously, but I think I think
it's very, very difficult to judge because when you have Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the triangle,
right?
The bottom of the triangle, if you are struggling to get your basic needs met, you don't have the ability.
It's the survival instinct.
Right. It is purely survival. It's your food, it's your shelter, it's your clothing, it's your health care.
But that's the reason for the amorality. That doesn't make it moral.
No, but I think that what happens, it is the reason for the immorality, but I think what happens is once you get past the bottom rung of the triangle and all of your basic needs are comfortably met, then you gravitate toward the next thing people care about, and that might be things like, what's my credit score? That's a great example of something that when you're on the bottom rung and you're just trying to make ends meet, you don't have time to worry about your credit score.
Right.
But when those things are met, you start thinking about, do I have a will? Have I planned for my future?
I don't know. Some rich people are pretty despicable.
And it depends on the charity too.
There are.
It depends on the charity too, because some people look. I don't.
But you know what? But basically, what you're saying and what has to happen, the money has to come from the places where it exists, and we have, we have a lot of very very wealthy people. Most of the taxes need to come from them because they have it.
And because they should, because they benefited the most from our system.
I think you're absolutely right. But unfortunately, first of all, you see all these billionaires. Have you ever heard of a billionaire who gave away so much money that at the end of the day, they still weren't a billionaire?
No, but what you see are a lot of billionaires who, when they're at the end of their life and then they start caring about their legacy, then they start donating the schools, the libraries, sticking their name on everything because they're trying to whitewash all of their horrible acts that they did to make their money.
That's
If you were
probably
a
the only good
billionaire,
thing about heaven.
How much would you leave your children?
Encouraging people to...
If you were a billionaire, let's say you have 2 children. Let's say you were worth $2 billion. How much would you leave your
much
children?
would you leave me?
Would you leave them each $1 billion?
I would just leave them whatever I had left over and hope that they would steward the money the same way that I did,
think
which would be
that's-
in the most generous way
I think
possible.
that's really-
Bill Gates, he's not leaving them anything. But
I wonder if
think-
that's
but
true.
That just makes him a
I
bad
can't remember
father.
how much because he wanted them to build their own legacy. But
Why?
I think they automatically each get like 3% of his revenue, which is like, I mean,
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I would not leave my kids $1 billion.
But you know
I
what-
think you would do more harm than good because I think if you didn't kind of gradually live your life as you're making more money and learn to have a healthy relationship with money, I think you are killing them. I think the people like Bill
Yeah,
Gates.
but by the time you would die,
It depends
you
on how
hopefully
old
have
the kid
already
is.
graduated up to that
we
point.
only, we only hear the stories of the people who inherit money and mess up their lives.
I think
I know a lot of people
something right here.
that inherited a lot of
Not
money.
$1 billion.
No, but a lot of money.
Yeah, but
way
I think
more
it's-
than they needed, and they're fine people.
Yeah, I mean, I know people.
I think it's more of a issue than you make it out. I think the idea that everybody who gets left a tremendous amount of money is a horrible person or
No, I don't.
ruins their lives. And I think it probably enhances some.
No,
and-
I've
it
seen
depends on the person.
You know what? I hate to do this, but just to circle us back to pizza for a minute, because I did not ask you if you have made it out to Kansas City yet.
Kansas City
yes,
Pizza.
to talk
to
pizza.
us about that.
I had a couple places. I had.
You better say Grinders. No.
Oh, you don't know about when I went to Grinders, do you?
Oh, no, I haven't heard
What
that
happened?
story.
So I went there on a Friday night, which that's bad.
Oh boy, I don't like where this is going.
And the pizza was bad.
Really?
It was flat in some spots and like doughy in some spots. So
that's
they didn't do a
inexcusable.
very good job at cooking it. They
Inexcusable.
were very packed.
Well,
They didn't do a good job of making the crust.
Let's move on.
No. I think there's a happy
No,
ending
listen,
here.
I think he has.
there's a happy
he has
ending.
the
what
right.
happened was
He's got to have
I posted
credibility.
a 7-second video
do that
of
on the-
how bad
on
it
the
was.
Hold on.
The owner reached out to me.
Oh,
His name's Stretch.
Yeah, great guy.
And he's like, dude, I am so sorry. That's not is and then not just him, but the other co-owner or something. He usually makes the pizzas. He goes, I was not there that night. I
I
am
love that
sorry.
his name is Stretch.
Yeah. And then he's like,
That's an
next time you come to
old-time
Kansas City, give this another shot. And I had locals say, like, it's usually not like that. So I told him, next time I come to
Yeah, I've
town,
heard
I'll
great
get
things
again.
about it.
I'll get it again.
It's really. I've been there many times. It's really good pizza.
Well, what happened?
He hasn't gone back yet.
I haven't gone back
you
yet.
haven't gone
it was-
back.
it was-
No, we'll have to
we
have
did
him
that.
back on for part 2 of the Grinder story.
You know
going
anybody
back.
you'd call Stretch?
Yeah, he's in a
Normally, I would
band.
call that to
No.
a tall person.
Yeah,
but this
He's
guy
in a
does not
band or he's
call
an
it
artist
little.
or something like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've heard great things about that place.
So what
You've
did you
been
like
there, Ed?
out there? Oh yeah, many times. I did an episode of Taste and See Kansas
love
City
it.
and did Grinders.
Okay, so
Dynamite.
Grinders, bad experience. Everybody can have that. In fact, that's the biggest argument to me for not ever opening a restaurant is keeping things consistent.
Yeah,
I think
right, that's the hardest.
Is the most difficult. And I'll tell you who does. I think that maybe one of the best jobs in St. Louis is Kevin Nashin. You go to Peacemaker, and the food is
Same every time.
identical every single time.
Identical.
It is great. It is exactly the same.
My cousin Vinny.
I don't even know how you do that.
But isn't that true of every business? Don't we have the same
consistency is
exact
true.
problem?
Of course it is, but I think
want
it's more
everybody to have the
noticeable.
same
Yes,
experience.
yes, you want
But
it to
it's-
be that great.
Food is obviously
Yes,
clear.
it's
It
more
jumps out
nuanced
at you.
with other
Service
things.
is very clear.
So great pizza places in Kansas City.
So who do you like?
I had a few, but I also had some barbecue. Because if I'm going to Kansas City, I got to get barbecue too.
You would hit us with pizza first. We know
So I went
barbecue.
to, it's somewhat of a new place.
Yeah.
Northeast Pizza, I think it's called.
Okay.
Northeastern Kansas City. Little small place. They do like New York style pizzas. Very good. Who was it? It was Leo's Pizza. So
Okay.
you guys had Filoni's last time I was here.
Uh-huh.
So Filoni's and / Uncle Leo's. They started as Leo's Pizza in Kansas City. That's, I think, in the 70s. So I'm like, I got to go there because that's the original of what I like.
Yeah.
But what I remember is like, they don't even talk to Filoni's that much. They're like, oh, they're still open, this and that. I'm like, oh, they don't really talk too much. But I think that's one of only like 3 places you can get St. Louis style pizza in Kansas City.
I went to, there's a place out in Kansas City. I'm looking for the name. For some reason, I wanted to say it was like, Giambalvo's wood-fired pizza. Have you been to their
No, those are the only pizzas.
Giambalvo's, they started here where they're from St. Louis. They're out there. They're one of the only places in Kansas City that you can get toasted ravioli. They brought it over from St. Louis out there. Really good pizza.
What is St. Louis style pizza?
The thin crust, crispy
Emos.
like Emos.
Yeah.
That's basically our style.
When you go to New York, talk to Ed Rob first, because I think what you would do is you'll see there are these posters. You go back when you're talking about the Filoni's and Leo's. You'll see there are these posters you can get that'll show you sort of the history and the genealogy of New York pizza. It started here, and then these people left and started this place, and all of these sort of fabled New York pizza places. I mean,
it's almost like tracking the Italian restaurants in St. Louis, how they all kind of come from one little nucleus, and they all
same thing with
sprung
St. Louis
off.
style. It has
got
its
to make
origin,
that a priority.
and it expands.
You've got to make that a priority.
What's the
Because I
number
make the
one
argument with St.
New
Louis
York?
pizza. People who say I don't like St. Louis style pizza, I don't like Emos, whatever. I happen to like it. I think the problem is to me, pizza is New York style pizza,
Right.
and St. Louis style pizza would be great. They just shouldn't call it pizza necessarily. Like they should call it something else because
like
it's
pizza
very
crisps.
good. Whatever. It's just not necessarily.
It's the same as tavern style. To a degree. It's
What
like
do you mean?
Emos isn't.
What do you mean
Yeah.
it's not pizza?
It's just not. To me, pizza is New York style pizza. That's pizza.
But it's a thin crust in New York?
Yeah, but not thin crust like Emos.
not thin crust, crunchy.
Yeah.
So like St. Louis style, I would say is
Call it a flatbread if you want
it's
to.
just like tavern style Chicago, except if you switch the cheese out, it's almost identical.
Yeah.
The crust you're gonna find, this is a little bit thinner or thicker, but
feel
even
like-
in Chicago, they're like tavern style. You're gonna find differences in thin and thick.
But I
Same
think
thing in
some of
St. Louis.
those, they'll actually roll out the dough in Chicago. Here it
Yeah.
seems like it's a lot of pre-made. Some places will even just use a big tortilla.
Yeah, so my favorite places are the ones that do fresh dough.
Yeah.
And you can tell because you get the pizza, you see the waves in the crust. Now I'm not knocking places that use pre-made crust.
Yeah.
As long as you use
Gotta use it right.
a good pre-made crust.
Yeah, and you got to have good other ingredients.
Yeah. So like Vitali's Bakery. She is
believe how much
probably
I ate.
at it. If there's a pre-made crust in St.
Horse
Louis,
slices.
They have pizza there?
no.
Toasted
She
ravioli
makes the
and a
crust.
cannoli.
Oh.
So if there's a
You're
pre-made
sick.
crust
You like
at a
to
pizza
throw it
place,
up now, don't you?
it's probably hers.
Oh, but that's different than getting some Cisco
that's
pre-made
not-
crust.
that's-
That's just having somebody else
No,
homemade
I-
it, I
yeah.
would say.
No,
Huh.
yeah.
All right, we've lost the other two.
Yeah,
we've
we've
said it
lost
all,
it.
and I
Yes,
know
we've
Ed
said
has
it
a
all.
hard
Are you
stop.
guys still talking?
Yeah.
We said it all. This was a top-notch episode.
Well, I love pizza.
There you have it.
Really?
Thank you for
Yeah,
coming back.
I do.
I
again.
like pizza.
Barely
here and
touched
there.
your food. What the hell?
My
I guess
goodness.
it's good for one
you guys
bite.
hit it well.
Yeah. All right.
That's it. Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye.
If you made it this far, you're my mom.
Oh, that's right.
Bye, Gaga.